Hail, Reckoners, and welcome back to the finale of The Bottom of the Well. Now, I'm going to start this off with some regrettable news. After spending what I view as a reasonable amount of time trying to find the 4-digit code for the code box, I gave up. I'm very ashamed, but now that I know, after looking up how to get the code, I am not so much ashamed because I think it is outrageously obtuse. I do not think I would have gotten it had I spent a great deal more time on it. So, I had gotten one of the keys. Before looking up the solution, I had acquired one of the digits. So basically what happens is there are 4 scenes in this game where a number will flash on the screen. And you're supposed to notice. There's several things wrong with this. One, there's no way I'd notice the number consistently because I was reading the text. I did notice, so obviously you can notice it, but there were a couple other numbers from scenes I have been through that I didn't see. One, because I was reading text, and 2, because after going through it the first time, you fast forward through it every time. So I was never gonna find those numbers ever again. I expected to find all 4 numbers at once. I was very confused by the one number I had found. And then the final third point is, even had I managed to acquire all 4 numbers, I don't know how you're supposed to know what order to put them in. So I'm going to show you the one number that I acquired naturally, and then I will describe to you the how to get the other numbers. So, the number I got, turns out, is the 3rd number somehow, and it is kind of what I hypothesized last episode, gotten from pursuing chess. So we call it chess, because the chess ending kind of worked out differently. I'm assuming because achievements or whatever. So we're gonna go with chess. Also, the crowbar really helps. So we're gonna take, it doesn't really matter what we take as long as we have that crowbar. So we're going to walk out of the worst of the chaos. Now we're gonna steal a car. And now we're gonna head to the burrows, which I was pretty dang sure I'd tried before with chess, but this time it works. So basically, we make it to the house. We went up to the door, and Chess started banging on it. After a few minutes, it opened on the chain, and I could just barely see a mop of pale hair and scared eyes. He told her it was him, and she immediately opened the door and jumped into his arms. Jumped, so not a physical disability. It was, but she wasn't wheelchair-bound constantly. There was, however, a wheelchair in the entry hall. Anyway, we didn't really have time for niceties. The bombs were coming. Right. Ms. Pragmatic. So, battle plan? Well, I tried looking for a basement, but the place didn't have one. So I suggested building a little fort out of furniture in the living room, hoping the roof wouldn't come crashing down. What about, like, food and things? Whatever the cupboard contained, we took with us to our shelter, of course, and tried to protect it as best we could. So, the bombs, they actually hit then, in the dream? The first thing that happened was the windows blew in. I just closed my eyes and pulled up my knees and made myself as small as possible. Chess held his sister. The bombing continued for I don't know how long, but aside from the windows, we seemed to be pretty okay. I imagine what it must have been like downtown. I didn't want to think about what it was like downtown. It was scary enough out there. A few cars drove past, I heard sirens. We've seen the car crash before. That's fine. How long did we wait in the house? My mind is presently blanking. I believe we waited for as long as supplies lasted? I don't know how safe the house was from fallout, really. Windows blasted open and all that, but it was probably safer than walking the streets. And as long as I only ate the uncontaminated food, it would be okay, blah blah blah, we thought. Here's the important part. Coming up. I also got to spend some time with Chess while Wowell waited, and his sister. I've heard this before, haven't I? Maybe I did discover this before and I just completely forgot about it. Her name was Mary, and she was just the nicest girl imaginable. She had this thing, Graves' disease, some kind of autoimmune thing anyway. She had to pop pills for it all the time. Sounds nice though, boyfriend time I mean. Some perks of the apocalypse. Yeah, good god, he became so dramatic at the end. Ooh, drama, we don't want that. What did he do? He said I was the one. It really was dramatic, I'm telling you. but he told me that he said he'd have 2 other girlfriends, but never in 1,000 years would either of them have come with him, rushing across the city to rescue his sister. So I didn't see it now. I didn't see it this time. I don't know why I didn't see it. Maybe I just missed it. Hopefully it happened. But there should have been a 1 that appeared about here. Yeah, there should... Friggin' A. See, I was looking for it deliberately this time, and I missed it. I've seen it twice. I know it pops up right here. It's like a 1 in like a box with the font and all that. So, that's the 1. Anyway, third time's the charm. That has to be the indicator that that is the 3rd number. The other ones probably have... there's the 1. Okay, phew. 3rd time's the charm shows a 1. That's more clear. That is a little less obtuse. That eliminates 1 of my 3 complaints. It was just stuck with me, I guess. His only was 1 and only. No one ever said that to me before. Anyway, you ate through all your supplies and then wanted to keep going. I think we were gonna die though, probably. There were a lot of other survivors on the road as well, and soon enough the rumors started circulating. There was a government evacuation center. Yes, so we head towards the bridge. Oh no, we're stuck on the bridge. We're gonna go confront them. What's gonna happen? We're gonna try and talk our way through. How did that go? Didn't. Told the truth. They let Chess and the sister through, but I was still need to be checked for supplies. Wait, that's fine, right? I don't have supplies, so I don't get to go through. That's bull crap, that is. I says. Oh wait, now I can talk our way through this, yes? Or if I take all the food, I don't care. Oh no, crap, so I can't cross the bridge. That happened before. I didn't think I could cross the bridge, which is a pile of crap. So, we'll just go die trying to run it, whatever. So, that's the 1. The 3rd digit is a 1. The 1st digit is a 4, and it appears during the metro collapse scene, which, you know, I would always fast forward through after successfully navigating it, and I didn't notice it the first time because I was reading the text, so that was a pile of crap. The 2nd digit is a 7, and you get it during something I talked about last episode but didn't show you, which was defeating the Red Queen and taking back the Fallout shelter. Again, I didn't notice a digit that time. The 4th number, I don't know for sure that I ever actually saw. I assume I did, but when you're talking to Ross, your neighbor in the apartment, through some series of choices, you can get him to talk about Catholicism, and I guess that triggers the 4th number, which is a 4. So 4714 is the solution. So let's, Mr. Snip Snip cut to us entering that into the box. What is in the box? It's gonna be red snapper. 4714. Cool. What? You opened it? What? How? I knew the code. I'd lived it. I'd learned it as I fell into the rabbit hole again and again. You're scaring me, Alice. I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention. I didn't start this conversation with the intention of scaring you. I didn't remember then that... At what, Alice? What were you going to say? What was in the box, Alice? The box? The box was the test. Damn, how didn't I see it earlier? The music, the radio, rabbit. What? I still don't understand. And what did you mean earlier? What didn't you remember when we started this conversation? I didn't remember the music. I didn't realize what it meant. Don't you understand? Rabbit is free. No, I still don't understand. For God's sake, Alice. It was just a dream. It was just a dream. Yes, it was. Thank you for reminding me. Alice C. has logged out. What? So, Rabbit's free, because I'm trapped now by the government. Government's gonna come take me away. That was a little underwhelming. Definitely put a lot more work into trying to read that than I got out of it. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your theories about what that ending meant. I'm assuming Alice just is going to be slave to the government, to the man now. Their prediction machine. That's probably, I mean, I can't really think of anything else, but I'd be very curious to hear what you have to say. So, yeah, short episode. Sorry about that, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose. yeah, on the review time, on the whole, very, I liked the writing for the most part of the game. I mean, I found it interesting, I found it engaging, I really liked replaying it through, finding different possibilities, what worked this time, what worked the other time. A couple of things that I didn't think worked from a gameplay perspective. I wasn't a huge fan of doing what I thought was the same thing I had done before, like just to kill myself, to start a new run deliberately, and having the outcome be different for reasons I didn't know. For example, you know, like, dying 5 times giving you a crowbar for no reason. The explanation for that is a little unclear and hazy, and I don't think the mechanic works super well. I feel like anytime something different happens, it should have been... I'd like it to be, I'd know why something different happens. I did X, therefore Y happens kind of thing. I'd like to know what I did. Obviously, that sense of mystery can be good, but personal preference, I think I like that process of elimination type thing rather than just shooting in the dark. And then obviously, I wasn't a huge fan of that number puzzle at the end. I think I would have liked it a lot more had the number just been more clear. Like, had I... if it was... I like the idea of getting the true ending requiring you to hit multiple other endings. That's fantastic. That's great. Good. But when I just breeze by the number and miss it, I think that's more a UI thing than a game design thing, I suppose. But that's, I don't know, egregious is too strong, but I strongly dislike that aspect of it, unfortunately. So yeah, I definitely think it was good that the number wasn't all in one place, like I suspected it to be. I thought it'd be like one kind of hard to do ending that just gives you the 4 digits, and I think having it spread out is actually a better solution, which is kind of cool. I didn't do all of the achievements, I didn't get all the possible death endings. Like, I know there's a Steam achievement for getting out of the city in a car, which I thought I did, so it's possible the achievement's just bugged. This game is, you know, it does have its bugs. And I was never able to successfully cross an alternative bridge and live, and I don't know why. Because I tried it with different Alice builds. I tried it with the Dark Alice build, which is a pre-made custom build that just has maximum fitness, maximum endurance, and maximum carrying capacity. So 0 social skills, but maximum everything else. It's actually very easy to get to the evacuation center with her, but you can't really progress because you don't have any ranks in academia, so you don't have the key card. But you do have other tools which didn't get used ever, so I don't know. A lot of mysteries with this game, but for the price of free, it's quite good. You know, it's a little... Maybe I'm being a little hard judging a game I didn't pay any money for, but I'm just going in a vacuum. What things work, what things didn't work, what things would I improve, that kind of thing. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20, but on the whole, a good game. I would recommend this game. It's just not perfect. Shocking, I know, a non-perfect game. So yeah, I think that wraps up my thoughts fairly nicely. Curious to hear yours. Do you like, and from a broader aspect, what do you think of this as a Let's Play, the visual novel? I definitely have a lot of fun doing visual novels because I get to read. This game was nice because I only had to do 2 voices. Sometimes I run out of voices, or I accidentally lock myself into a silly voice, and that can kind of suck. But this game, it was just fun. I had a really good time making this content. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it here before I keep rambling on too much. This was The Bottom of the Well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Signature catchphrase.